several days to determine whether North Korea actually carried out a nuclear test and whether indeed it was successful. Jimmy McIntyre reports from the Pentagon.
Senior U.S. intelligence official.
All right. Hello and happy holidays. Here, let me mute the television for a second. Actually, let me show you something really quick because this is great. This is actually what we're going to be talking about. Check this out. You got some people marching. They're North Koreans are marching on television, and in any case, like I was saying, happy holidays. As you know, today we're in the United States of America right now, and so we're recording a new album. So in the United States of America, today's a national holiday. They're celebrating something called Columbus Day, which, from what I understand, it celebrates an Italian cat who was named Christopher Colon, but then they renamed him Columbus, and he came over here and discovered the North American continent for the country of Spain. So I'm not Spanish, and it's not like there's a lot of Spanish people here, so I'm not sure why they celebrate it here, obviously, besides the fact that it had already been discovered by the Italian Amerigo Vespucci, and it was also discovered by the Vikings, of course. And then before that, now historians are telling us that actually the Chinese probably were the first to discover it, but obviously none of them really discovered it because people who lived here, they got here 17,000 years ago, coming from Asia, then through Canada, then through Alaska on down. They actually discovered it about 17,000 years ago. And those people that we're talking about, of course, are the Americans, the American people that lived here when Christopher, renamed Columbus, came over here. And so I guess Columbus Day celebrates Spain discovering the North American continent. So somehow that got turned into a national holiday for us now, even though we're not Spanish, so that's pretty weird. But in any case, hey, don't let that ruin the festivities. I've definitely done my part. I have tried at best. I'm working really hard right now in the studio, but I've tried very diligently today to try to kill as many Native American people as I can. I mean, as far as driving, I was driving whenever I saw a Native American person, I tried to run him over. And then also whenever I saw any Africans or blacks or whatever, I would try to run them over. Well, at first I wasn't trying to run them over. I mean, in the name of the holiday, of course, just, you know, to celebrate. I was, at first I would try to like lasso them and stuff and like chain them up, you know, and put them in the Jeep in order to enslave them. I thought maybe they could help us in the studio or something. I mean, all in the name of the holiday, of course. But they're all like so big, and I was kind of afraid. So after a couple futile attempts at enslaving them, I figured, hey, let's just keep it a holiday. If you can't enslave them, then just kill them. So I would just run them over. So, and this was on the way to the bank because I had to make a deposit. But then I realized the banks were closed and the post offices were closed because, after all, it's a national holiday, and that's what they do here. They close stuff for these national holidays. So, in any case, banks and post offices closed because of a national holiday called Columbus Day. You know, which is crazy. And so, you know, I was hoping, I turned on the news because I was hoping to catch some of those groovy parades that they do during the holidays here in America, because America, well, you know, the United States of America is known for its holiday parades. I mean, there's the Macy's Day Thanksgiving Parade, there's Christmas parades and everything. So I was hoping I would catch like a Columbus Day parade, because, you know, like normally what they'll do is they have like a whole, like, you know, big group of like Africans, like, you know, in chains and stuff, and they have like Native Americans, like they're dragging, you know, Native Americans or Indians. They were called Indians for some reason because they looked like people from India. Go figure. And then what they do is they usually tie them up and they drag them, you know, through the streets, either alive or dead, on horses and stuff. That's normally what they do here during the Columbus Day parades in America. So I was hoping to catch some of that on TV. But I wasn't able to, because what you notice in the beginning of our video is all the short-haired suits on television are totally like freaked out over another country that we call North Korea, who has conducted nuclear weapons tests the other day, over the weekend actually. They conducted some nuclear weapons tests. So really couldn't have chosen a better time to do it. Obviously the irony is not lost on me. I think the irony is lost on a lot of these short-haired suit-wearing mainstreamers, obviously. But so anyway, they're all in an uproar because they're scared shitless that North Korea is now going to develop nuclear weapons like we have. You see, and of course, since we already have them and they don't, we're good and they're bad. That's the setup, and that's the setup that we're all supposed to play along with. So they are scared. They, meaning the mainstreamers, are scared. Not now. Sorry, I'm being disturbed. So they're all freaked out because they, meaning the American government, and it looks like the American media, are all freaked out because they are now afraid that North Korea might get to the level where we are and then be able to do the kinds of things that we have done to countries over the last 40 or 50 years because of the fact that we've had nuclear weapons. So it's really, really interesting. It's really ironic because, of course, people in America and around the world are scared shitless of the United States, and they should be, because of the fact that we have the largest army and we also have the largest supply of nuclear weapons. So the key is to try to keep all the other countries from having nuclear weapons so they can't do the same thing that we've done, which is basically invade other countries. No, I'm not anti-American or anything. I live here, and in fact I was born here, so it's not like I'm coming from some other country and I'm like down in America. I mean, I'll call it like I see it, no matter what country it is or what country I happen to live in at the time, you know what I mean? It's like Jerusalem, the story of Jerusalem, the city of Jerusalem is has three distinct nationalities or religions. You've got 33% Jewish people, 33% Muslims, and 33% countries. So it's like each person born in Jerusalem has a 1 in 3 chance of either being a Christian, a Jew, or a Muslim, and it's totally not up to that person. It's up to his parents and the religion that they have. So it's like 1 in 33% chance, and it's like rolling the dice. You know what I mean? It's like whatever you happen to be born is the religion that you grow up with and the propaganda that you are told, growing up. So it's a fascinating concept. So it's kind of the same thing with the American people as well. So here we are now, totally freaked out. Well, I mean, not you and I, obviously, or else you wouldn't probably still be watching, but here are these, the short hairs, the puppet heads on TV, and they're all totally, freaked out, like, oh my God, nuclear weapons, as if that's a really bad thing. But no one bothers to mention the fact that, all the other big nations, the bullies of the world, already have these nuclear weapons, and that's how we, established and maintain control of the world, is through these nuclear weapons. So it's really, really fascinating stuff.